Charlie glanced at the VIP card. The surface of the card was golden, with gold leaf and diamonds. He said lightly, "I am not very interested in auctions. Ask my dad if he is interested." "Okay." The middle-aged man hurriedly held the card to Jacob, and said with a smile, "Old Mr. Wilson, I'm really sorry today. Please be sure to visit us the day after tomorrow." Jacob has calmed down from the shock, glanced at the VIP card, and couldn't help swallowing his throat. He recognized that this is a limited-level VIP card of the Treasures Pavilion, which is only issued to members of the cabinet with status, and not for sale at all. Those who have this VIP card can enter and exit the Treasure Pavilion freely, and enjoy the highest treatment. All the antiques in the pavilion can be enjoyed at will, and there are also high discounts for purchase. Jacob couldn't refuse such a temptation. Just about to accept it cheeky, a hand suddenly stretched out from the side and snatched both VIP cards. It was Charlie's mother-in-law, Elaine, grabbing 2 VIP cards with a smile, and she was so happy that she said, "Since you are here to apologize, I will reluctantly accept these gifts and VIP cards. The auction will be the day after tomorrow. My husband will come." Elaine was so excited. These gifts are all money. She doesn't know how much the antique is worth, but that box of collection-grade Moutai is worth 30,000 or 40,000, and this box of 20 bottles is hundreds of thousands. There are also collections of yellow Crane Tower cigarettes, one of 5,000, one box of 50, more than 200,000, the two together are worth 1 million. Don't do it for anything. And holding these 2 VIP cards, she still has the capital to show off in front of those old girlfriends. When Claire saw Elaine's obsessive attitude, she called helplessly, "Mom." Elaine glared at her. "What's wrong? Can't I accept gifts from others?" Claire said, "I mean, it shouldn't be accepted. You haven't figured out what's going on. How can you accept such a heavy gift from others?" Charlie said lightly at this time, "This is an apologetic gift and should be accepted." The middle-aged man was relieved. Before coming out, the pavilion master had personally explained that if Mr. Charlie confiscated these things, then he would not have to go back. Charlie turned his head and saw that Elaine had moved the tobacco and alcohol into the house with joy. Holding a pair of antique vases and touching and looking under the lamp, he could only shake his head in his heart and said to the middle-aged man, "Thank you for this. See you. Well, I won't bother you anymore, Mr. Charlie." Charlie closed the door, turned around, but was taken aback for a moment, and said, "You guys are all watching what I'm doing." He saw 3 people in the living room, all 6 eyes were on him. The mother-in-law Elaine gave a dry cough and a smirk, and asked, "Charlie, when did you have friendship with Treasure Pavilion? Why did they come to our house to give gifts and apologize?" Charlie shook his head and said, "Mom, you have misunderstood. I have no friendship with them. The reason why they came to apologize is mainly because the service attitude of Treasures is good. Their employees have made mistakes, and the boss has a better reputation, so they compensate so strongly." Elaine was frustrated at once, pulling her face down, and said, "I thought you were a good man, and you could be in favor of big shots. I didn't expect it was because of the good service attitude of others." Claire was a little confused on the side. The other party gave such an expensive gift. Is it just because of the good service attitude and wanted to compensate Charlie? However, after receiving a lot of gifts, Elaine felt better, and finally stopped targeting Charlie, thinking happily in her heart to quickly sell the tobacco and alcohol first. After eating, Charlie cleaned up the dishes in the kitchen, and suddenly received a call. The one who called was Chin Gang, who had a relationship with both sides. That jade bracelet was given by Chin Gang. On the phone, Chin Gang respectfully said, "Mr. Wade." Charlie said lightly, "Something?" Chin Gang hurriedly said, "Thanks to Mr. Charlie's last guidance, the Chin family has been doing a lot in the past few days, and I have to thank Mr. Charlie for his guidance. Otherwise our Chin family will be in a disaster." Charlie said indifferently, "I think it's not so smooth, right? If it's so smooth, would you call me now?" Chin Gang choked and laughed awkwardly. "Mr. Charlie really knows everything like a god. I can't hide anything from you." Charlie smiled lightly, without saying a word. Sure enough, Chin Gang trembled and said, "Mr. Charlie, please save my Chin family one more time. We will remember it all our lives."